Throughout most of human history, people didn't have plumbing, and you know what that means, right? No toilets. So they had to, shall we say, do their business out the window. But this practice had some pretty gross consequences that you probably didn't realize you were dealing with every time you flush. You see, for hundreds of years, the waste from toilets and sewage systems would often just get dumped into the nearest river. And let me tell you, those rivers weren't exactly clean to begin with. They were used for everything from washing clothes to watering crops to, you guessed it, flushing toilets. In the 1800s, London's River Thames was so polluted that you could barely see the water. It was basically just brown. And things were even worse in the Russian Empire. In 1904, an outbreak of cholera killed over 30,000 people in St. Petersburg. And the sewage was so bad that Emperor Nicholas II had to issue a decree banning people from peeing in the streets. Yeah, that's how bad it got. But where did all this start? Well, believe it or not, ancient Rome is actually one of the first places on record to have a proper sewage system. It was so advanced that it even had public bathrooms with toilets that used a type of flushing mechanism similar to what we use today. The urine was used to flush the toilets, which may sound disgusting, but it was actually pretty effective at the time. Urine also had another important function. It was used to clean the streets. Yep, you heard that right. People back then were literally paid to pee on the streets to clean them up. But as the Roman Empire fell apart, so did their plumbing, and for centuries, Europe would just kind of fall back on the, out the window thing. That was until the Middle Ages when some pretty disgusting things happened. During the Black Death outbreak in the 1300s, many people died from the plague, and since there was no modern way to dispose of their bodies, they were often just thrown into mass graves or, you guessed it, flushed down the toilet and into the river. Yeah, things were pretty grim. Fast forward a few hundred years to the Industrial Revolution, and we start seeing some progress. New technologies like the flush toilet and indoor plumbing become more common, which helps prevent the spread of disease and, keeps the streets a little cleaner. But even today, lack of access to basic sanitation like toilets and clean water is still a major problem in many parts of the world. According to the World Health Organization, 2.4 billion people worldwide don't have access to basic sanitation. That's almost 1/3 of the entire planet. So the next time you flush a toilet, just remember, you're not just getting rid of your business, you're also preventing a potential epidemic.